Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe. I just wanted to do a video on my heat press machines that I just recently bought. I'm gonna do a 3-part video on them. I had unboxings for each video. The video ain't come out the way I wanted. I was very upset about that, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna just do kind of like an all-in-one video. But like I said, I'm gonna break them up to 3 parts, because each heat press has its own reason for me, buying it. So let's get this started. So I'm gonna start with the first one, and this is the 15 by 15 promo heat press. I got this off of, I believe it was eBay. That this heat press is also on Amazon. I believe I bought it. I believe I bought it off of eBay. So just to go back a little bit, I had my first heat press that I bought was I bought it 3 years ago. It was a promo. It was not. I'm sorry, not promo. It was a Pro World 15 by 15. I bought it 3 years ago, and it went out on me like, I think like a couple months ago, and I barely used that heat press, but it sat a lot because I was back and forth with, as far as like designing the t-shirts, and I just really got back into it. So the moment I got into it, I guess the machine decided to go bad. I'm not sure if it was because of where I put the heat press at, because where I was at, it kept going off, kept cutting the power and stuff off with the fuse. So I don't know if maybe a fuse or something got burnt out. I took it apart. I took the heat press apart, and I don't know, I couldn't figure out some shit, and I wanted to put it back together, and I just said hell with it. And also it was already past, these heat presses only come with a year warranty, so that one, the warranty was over with. So I just said forget it. I just start fresh with another company. So before I bought this heat press, I had a few heat presses that I had in mind. One was from on Amazon. It was called the Fancier Studio, and then it was also a heat press from Heat Press Nation. It was a 16 by 20 Signature Series. I actually went and bought that one, and I was very excited, and I was kind of because I waited the whole week they were doing a the Black Friday sale. So I waited each day to see the different prices for the different heat press machines, because I had different ones I wanted to get. I know I wanted a 16 by 20, but so I bought the heat press, and I waited about 3 days, and it wasn't shipped out. So I kind of got impatient and told them to cancel it. So I guess I said I'll save some money. So I went on eBay and looked for basically try to look for a heat press that I seen that was kind of had the same construction as the heat presses that they had. And this is how I came across the promo heat. The reviews wasn't that bad, so I just went ahead and went with it. The other one I mentioned, the Fancier Studio, had better reviews than that. But what made me get this machine was this right here, this construction. Versus if you go see the Fancier Studios, looks like just a stick, like a pole. I didn't like that. So I noticed that a lot of heat presses, which if you start getting into heat presses, they're the main ones. They're one of the main people when it comes to heat presses. All of them have this kind of construction. So that's why I went with this. As far as for the clamp shells. So yeah, so I went with this one. Very, very good built. Definitely doesn't feel cheap made. I'm gonna go ahead and open it. I have the pressure down. Hold on, let me move this lamp out the way. Oh shit, you know what? I might have too much pressure on there. Let me take some of that pressure back. That's good. I will say that it doesn't have even heating all around, and I don't know if any other heat presses actually do, because so far the ones I came across, I get most of my heat from like this area. Like back here, I don't I don't get too much, so I don't know if it's actually heat that's even all around any kind of heat press, but this one is like, it's not that even. And I did with this heat press actually make a shirt. It was with one of those transfers you get off of eBay, and one part of it I did notice, it was like it went onto the shirt, but it seemed like all the ink didn't go on it, and I thought it was because of the heat, but actually it was the pressure. So know that the pressure is the pressure is important as much as the heat element. But as you can see, it got big bolts on it. Like I said, sturdy arm, nice spring to it. This is the let me bring this over here so you can see it. This is the control center for it. I'm gonna turn this on. This heat press actually has a Teflon coating on it, so you don't have to use a Teflon coating. One thing I came across when I put a Teflon coating on here, when I took my laser heat gun and checked the temperature, it actually brought the temperature down. So I don't think it may be necessary to actually use a Teflon unless you're doing some kind of transfer that might, chances of it sticking to that, then I would use one, but I don't see the need for this. So I'm gonna cut it on. And like I said, I haven't cut it on for a while because I haven't actually got to using it yet. But I don't know what it is. Like when I cut on these machines, I'm just always worried that it's not going to shut on, because these are some heavy ass machines to be packing up and shipping back anywhere. So I'm hoping that I get some years out of this. This has Fahrenheit and Celsius controls on it. More than likely I'll probably be using the Fahrenheit controls for this particular heat press, but I mean, this is your set button, your up knobs, but I ain't gonna mess with none of that shit. If you buy this heat press, you'll be able to figure this out. So another reason why I forgot to mention why I bought this heat press, I wanted to get a heat press that basically I can trace the heat press back to somebody, because a lot of those heat presses, you're getting them through like sellers, and you're not able to actually get a hold to the particular person who made the heat press. So that's why I didn't really want to, when it came to this, I wanted to make sure I got something that had a brand to it. And this company is out there on the internet, so if any issues come across it, then it shouldn't be a problem getting parts. I'm hoping that I don't have no issues with this for at least a couple years. I'm praying. But I mean, that's pretty much it. Subscribe to my channel, because like I said, I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be designing things, and you'll get to see this heat press in action, and hopefully down the road come across more recent videos, some months from now, you'll be able to see that this heat press is still working. I'm excited. I can't wait to use it. Oh yes, this mat does not, my other heat press, this mat was glued to it, and this one is not. And at first I didn't understand why, because I know this will move, but it doesn't move that much. But I guess the purpose of, if this ever gets burnt or something like that, it makes it easy for replacing it. But like I said, this is the promo heat press. If somebody was to ask me would I recommend this to somebody, hey, if you're on a budget, I definitely say go for it. I paid $190 for it, so that's not bad for a heat press. As long as this motherfucker lasts, excuse my language, as long as this lasts long, then at this point I don't have no problem recommending this to somebody if they don't want to spend $300 like I did for the last heat press. that I bought. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like this one is more has better better built quality than the other heat press that I had. So yeah, this is the promo heat. Go on eBay, check it out. Go on Amazon, check it out. If you think about buying it, don't you know what I mean? Don't hesitate too much into it. But if you got a couple more hundred, like I said, I would see if you can get something a little bit more, you know, better from an actual, a brand company. And I have nothing against Pro World. I wanted to, try something different. I didn't want to go back and get one from them necessarily. And who's to say I might get one for them in the future, but right now I didn't feel like getting one. So like I said, this is the Promo Heat 15 by 15. Check it out. Y'all got any questions? Leave them in the comments. Like I said, subscribe, like, share the video. I appreciate everybody. Peace and love.